Have you ever heard of a sutta called the Satipatthana Sutta? Huh? You have? Oh. That's what I'm going to do tonight, but I'm going to make it a brief one. Most of the time when I give the Satipatthana Sutta, it takes 2 days. And sometimes I barely get done. I have to make the talk longer at the end. But I'll try to make it a little bit easier this time. Thus have I heard on one occasion the Blessed One was living in the Kuru country in a town of the Kurus named Kasasadama. There he addressed the monks thus. Monks, venerable sir, they replied, the Blessed One said this. Now we're going to go into the contemplation of the body, and this is the first part, is mindfulness of breathing. And how, monks, does a monk abide contemplating the body as a body? Here a monk gone to the forest or to the root of a tree or an empty hut sits down, having crossed his legs, folded his legs crosswise, set his body erect and established mindfulness in front of him. Ever mindful he breathes in, mindful he breathes out. Breathing in long, he understands I breathe in long. Or, breathing out long, he understands I breathe out long. Breathing in short, he understands I breathe in short. Or, breathing out short, he understands I breathe out short. Now, did anyone hear me say nose, nostril tip, upper lip, or abdomen? No. Oh, good. You're paying attention. Why? Because it's not in the instructions. Those instructions of telling you to put your attention on your nose or your upper lip or even on your abdomen come from commentaries. It just says you understand when you take a long breath and you understand when you take a short breath. You understand when your breath is fast and when it's slow. You understand when your breath is coarse and when it's very fine. You understand. That's the key word. It doesn't say focus on. It doesn't say only keep your attention on the breath. It just says, I understand when my breath is long or short. Now, the next 2 sentences are where the training is actually being taught, and this also works for the mindfulness of loving kindness. He trains thus, I shall breathe in, experiencing the whole body. He trains thus, I shall breathe out, experiencing the whole body. And this is the key right here. He trains thus, I shall breathe in, tranquilizing the bodily formation. He trains thus, I shall breathe out, tranquilizing the bodily formation. What does tranquilizing the bodily formation mean? Relax. You hear that word before? I've been practicing meditation for 35 years. For 20 years, I practiced straight vipassana. I went to Burma. I was there for almost 3 years doing very intensive meditation, watching the rise and fall of the abdomen. At no time was I ever told to relax anything. This statement is the key to the meditation. This is why a lot of people practicing meditation, they get to a certain plateau in their meditation and they don't go any further. If you don't have that relaxed step, that means you're not letting go of you're not letting go of craving. And what is craving? Craving is the I like it, I don't like it mind. Now, in terms of dependent origination, you have a good working eye, and there's color and form. The good working eye hits color and form, eye consciousness arises. The meeting of these three things is called eye contact. With eye contact as condition, eye feeling arises. We're not talking about emotional feeling. We're talking about either pleasant feeling, painful feeling, neither painful nor pleasant feeling. With I feeling as condition, I craving arises. When the craving arises, it causes tension and tightness to occur in your head and in your mind. So this says, on the in-breath you tranquilize the bodily formation. On the out-breath you tranquilize the bodily formation, which is continually telling you to relax. Okay? If there's a distraction, what do? You practice the 6 R's. You recognize your mind is distracted. You let the distraction be there by itself. You release it. Now you relax. Now you need to bring up a wholesome object. What's that? Smile. And then come back to your object of meditation and stay with your object of meditation. Now with the mindfulness of breathing, your object of meditation is the breath. You understand what the breath is doing. That's what the instruction said. And relaxing. Now if you cut out that relaxed step, you're not letting go of craving. When you talk about the Four Noble Truths, the first noble truth, there is suffering. We don't have to have anybody tell us that one. We already understand there's suffering in life. The next time you stub your toe, tell me it doesn't hurt. It's suffering. The next noble truth is the cause of the suffering. What is the cause of the suffering? Craving. Then there's the third noble truth, the cessation of suffering. Every time you let go of craving, there is the cessation. Now, I've been telling you a lot about this over and over again. You have to use the 6 R's. You continually use the 6 R's. Any kind of distraction that causes your mind to go away, you have to allow it to be there, relax, allow it to be there, release it, relax, smile. Why do you need to smile? You need to bring up something wholesome. The smile is an important part of the practice. I mean, all of the Buddha images smile. Why can't we, right? The artist is telling us that we're supposed to be smiling because it's a happy state. It's real important to understand that when you let go of this tension and tightness in your head, right after you do that, right after you relax, there's a moment where your mind is exceptionally clear, very alert, and you have a pure observation of the present moment.